Eternal grips the sky, and the old gods whisper as the ravens fly. In the north, the winds cry like widows lost. Frost gnaws the bone, and fire bears the cost. Yet still we kindle flame and steel, for Valika's heart will never kneel. We huddle close on a Curry's shore, where the sea wolves sing and ice hearts roar. Clan Raggle came with naught but will, now blood and frost to our cups do fill. We survived the thirst by fate and chance, before the beasts began their dance. Unseen, unknown, we breathed and prayed, but now they wake from barrow and glade. From pine-bound tombs and mountain caves, the old things stir, the nameless crave. Their howls ride high on wind and gale. Our shield walls rise, though faces pale. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold this place. The mead is bitter, the night is long, yet sharper still our dying song.
All right, winter, the season of death, is nearly upon us. And as autumn is growing cold, our heroes have a last bit of investigations to check some things off their mind. Now, in Valaka, within the clan of Ragval on the shore of the continent of Akiri, we find our brave Hersers, having investigated and slaughtered Grow, their underground cavern, and dug it out, saving the life of Raffin and finding him perfectly healed, and quelling much of the issues within the clan itself. The peace, though somewhat uneasy, looks like it's just enough to hold as winter begins to loom, knowing that the land is aware this year of our people, ready to devour and treat them as prey. It's cold. The trees bare. Leaves fallen, giving a strange curtain of color to the ground, while yet providing no protection from cold winds as autumn flees this land, itself seemingly frightened of what is to come. And you all stand outside the place that was once where you could find all manner of things, having just fought and killed one who had caused so much pain, Grow herself, the blood of Sven still on some of your clothes. What would you all like to do?
Guys, there's just something that still doesn't make sense to me.
Speak your mind.
If Sven's the one that was using poison to make people forget themselves, But he wasn't working with Grow. Then who made Sari create the candles?
Who do you think?
Sven said he was working for a woman. Is Sari more involved than we thought?
Well, there is one way to know. We can go to their house and demand an audience. And search their belongings.
There's gotta be something we missed. Yeah, I think you're right.
It's worth a shot.
Okay, let's go.
How long of a walk is it to get to this place?
Probably 5-10 minutes.
All right, so I'm gonna try to keep an eye out, see if we spot anybody paying attention to us.
Okay. Yeah, make a perception check.
My net one says it's a 10.
That's rough. So, quite confident you feel there is no one watching. No eyes could possibly be on you as you make your way. And here you can see that the structure is pretty much finished. That was the additional room. And you find the orc, Braggy, Benison, here helping Mildred on the inside, putting the last pieces together, and Sari and her husband, whom you all happily witnessed their marriage, have taken in to some hot mead in the main part of the home, themselves relaxing from some heavy amounts of work. And as you approach, they see you and come in. They welcome you very gladly. Essers, what do we owe this honor to? Says Sari.
We came to visit. If we might come in.
Of course.
She's gonna step into their little hut here.
How is everybody doing? We came to see that our new clan member is going to be comfortable and safe. Winter is coming, and we just wanted to check in.
Serious. I'm sure you can go over to Mildred. Her and Braggy are finishing things up, but they are doing well, I think. To say it's actually, I think, nice to know that we are all fighting for our own little cause here this winter.
What is your profession?
Oh, she goes, I make I usually help with the construction. I was helping with the enforcements. So I guess woodworking, carpentry.
I see. Is her? Can I see her palms? Or is she hiding them? Or?
She's not hiding them. If you look, the signs of someone who's worked with their hands are there. You would also kind of be aware that she's a warrior.
Okay.
Because she went on the summer raids and survived and came back. So her hands dictate such things.
Asphalt, you made quite an impression on her. Asphalt, why don't you ask her about, you know.
So how is the woodworking?
Well, I have to say, wow, you can see for yourself as you walked up, right?
It's gorgeous. We are so lucky to have you here.
Yes, sir. Is there something on your mind?
Do you do flower work?
Oh, I'll show you. And gets up and can see pieces of what looks like a crib that she's been working on. And there's beautiful leaves and flowers, as well as imagery of a lot of your specialties of weapons and magic carved in.
I told you, Asphalt, she would not mind you looking. Asphalt is a green thumb.
Oh yeah, only sometimes. While they've been talking and kind of walking around, the first thing that's on Asphalt's mind, as somebody who herself changes shape, is this. She wants to do a good look-see. Is this somebody who seems like. Okay, what she really wants to know is this Gro? Has Gro been Sari the whole time?
Oh, I see. So you're trying to. How do you want to? How would you tell this?
Looking at body language, does it look like, like somebody who's using tongs when they could be using their hands, like as somebody who has dropped into the shape of a panther but hasn't really been a panther their whole life? Asphalt knows what it's like to inhabit a body that has not been yours for the full extent of who you've been.
Give me an insight check, please.
Okay. That's a fucking fuck. Somebody stop me from rolling fucking digital dice. It's a 9.
Yeah, she looks very at home in her skin.
Great. Fuck.
How did you make this work?
Oh, well, she starts to explain how to carve, and then she starts to get geekier and geekier with it. She's the same various techniques and how you hold your hand and everything.
Who is the crib for?
Oh, well, the newest clan member, of course, is, and points to Mildred's, our child.
Oh.
That's a weird thing to say. Hold on. I'm so interested to see how the new place has turned out. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go say hi to Mildred.
Oh, of course. Here, bring them some mead.
Radio!
Please.
Some mead.
Yes.
Is she pregnant?
Yes, it needs her strength. You're bringing 20th century stuff into this.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking for anything.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it wouldn't be weird here. But she goes, oh, good. And sips a little bit. Well, just says, well, there says, happy to have you here.
What is your stance on the low supply of milk?
Well, as much as I'm a clan member of the clan, I don't think I'll be able to share.
I don't think that's what we're asking.
Well, I think I'll supply enough for my child.
Of course.
This is Mildred now?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. Braggy also is happy to see all of you. Here says, and winks at Bjork, who's not there. Bjork gives them a thumbs up.
Mildred, how have you been faring? It is a wonderful, beautiful, primal thing that you're doing.
I've been alright. I've been alright, Cersei. I think I went through a lot, but it's important to know that you have family around you, people. Sari especially. She really could have left me on my own, and I'm not sure I would have decided to have the child. But I'm very grateful. And of course, Braggy here. I've been bringing all types of supplies from the farm. Things are well. As much as winter approaches, I think the biggest thing I worry is about all of you, in a sense. Just if you don't do what you need to do, it will be very hard to defend this one. But if we all make it, they will have survived their first winter. A child born of the season of death. Already the makings of a good story, right?
Oh, yeah. Do you mind if I give your child a druidic blessing?
I suppose. She bares her belly.
Okay, can I do some kind of like arcana check on this baby or something? Is this like a demon spawn?
How would you do such a thing?
I would like... I'm gonna...
Can I cast Identify?
Okay. If you all want to pull this off, I need a wisdom deception from Asphalt to make this look like a druidic thing.
Okay.
While Hist then is doing, because there's a minute while Hist has to do Identify.
Okay, beautiful. Wisdom deception. So I'm
Yep.
adding my wisdom modifier. I'm not proficient though, so it's just the +4.
Yeah, so you get a wisdom
Okay.
check.
Okay, 21. 17 + 4.
All right. So now you make a big showing of this as Hist and Asphalt go about and make this arcane ritual seem very nature-driven.
I blow some dust around, some little sprinkles of sand and rocks.
And then you guys identify Hist, and there is nothing magical.
Damn it.
Are there any carpentry works in this area?
The whole room is an add-on made by Sari, so there's a bunch of carpentry stuff.
Okay. I want to... Because I'm proficient in carpenter's tools,
Okay.
I want to see if there is any interesting changes to the type of carpentry work done at any point where it looks like it
Okay.
went from one thing to another and then it just stayed that other way? Like someone else was maybe doing it as a signature.
Certainly. This would be wisdom base, and then your proficiency.
Okay. Wisdom
Doing that.
base proficiency.
You hear Asphalt is like, "Oh boy, Asphalt, you are really interested in this carpentry."
It's
You are
18.
supposed to- the carpenter. 18, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking, it is very professionally consistent. Don't see any type of variation. Few hands with some of the installation, but normal and like where many hands have been on it, but it's nothing
Okay.
unusual.
For clarity for my own memory, is Sari, was she a captive that we took from another city?
No, she's an original clan member.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so the whole story was Sarah's now husband and Mildred had a night of passion before the raids. Mildred stayed behind to guard the town, and the guy fell in love with Sari during the raids.
Got it.
And Mildred made it very clear that it was like like a night. It was considered a one night stand by both of them. No weirdness.
Mildred, did you know Sari at all before all of this started?
Oh, I had seen her around. But I hadn't really talked to her.
Right. We've worked closely more than once, you and us. May I confide something in you?
Looks braggy. Does he need to leave?
Braggy, you gonna keep your mouth shut?
Maybe I should just go. That's actually probably a good call, hon. And when she says that, both of them kind of stop, look at each other, and then he leaves. Oh. Wasn't expecting to say that. What do you need to talk about?
So, Sari told us some time ago that there was a bit of time that she can't account for in her memory.
Nods. Yeah.
Have you noticed any changes in her? How has she been? It seems like she's come back to herself, but just for her own wellness,
She talked to all of us about that. I didn't really know her before any of what you talked about. All this was before she really approached me about the child. So I can't really answer that.
Mildred,
Yeah.
what do you do for a living?
I'm a hunter.
When did you last hunt?
I went out 2 days ago.
What, did you find something, catch something?
Just rabbits. The
You
fox.
Still have them?
Oh no, I hunt for the lodges, so it all goes to the general.
Are you a solo hunter or a pack hunter?
We usually go out in pairs, but then we'll separate.
2 days ago.
A bunch of others. We go through the game trails.
Do you have any other hobbies? I've noticed, for example, Sari is very good at woodwork, but also very good at identifying flowers and decorating. And
Oh. I mean, sort of. You have to know your herbs and such in the woods.
I assume you do.
But, but more or less, and so she'll go through like the things that hunters would also be good at versus just pulling a bow, but identifying tracks and everything.
I want to do an insight check on her. I want to see if it feels like she is purposely trying to steer me with her knowledge of herbs to not mention certain other herbs. Like, just kind of what I mean by that is the way she's answering the question. Does it feel like she is doing this kind of quickly to try and redirect me onto
Okay.
something that...
Sure.
Oh, another terrible roll. 16. Well, that's not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, I think she seems to be talking to you. And then I'm saying some stuff just because, like, not to get into like the weeds of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
I just think that she realizes that all the suspicion has been on Sari, but not on Mildred, and sort of now she's kind of curious about the other one.
yeah. And Mildred wasn't really in the house when all the things were going down either, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no, like everything kind of checks out. Doesn't seem particularly, you know.
Did you see the event, the fight?
Oh, I was at the town, yeah. That was wild. It actually takes a moment. I remember seeing that and realizing that's what you all described killed Tiny. I actually kind of thought that was going to be the end of Braggy and me, but he pulled through.
I thought Sari would have been there.
I think Sari was too. I went now. I was surrounded by Benisons.
I just want to assure you, I mean, I know it was a very scary experience, but we followed up on it earlier, and there shouldn't be any more disturbances from creatures like that.
That's an interesting thing to say as winter comes.
Well, okay.
But I understand.
Okay.
I understand that. It's just nuts.
Just for thoroughness' sake,
Sure.
may Asphalt study her reaction to hearing the intimation that we've taken care of Grow.
Oh yeah, give me a side check.
Okay. 22.
22. All seems well and good.
Okay.
It is best to stay indoors tonight. We are following up on many leads.
She nods. Huh. No, not quite as safe as you entered.
Safe from that particular creature. But as you say, winter is coming. And we want to make sure the border is secure. Especially after a day like today.
course.
What is his doing?
Sorry, I am dealing with something else right now. I'm very sorry. I know we have very few players, but it's just
Well, I suppose we will say our goodnight, and I think we should say goodnight to Sari as well, and thank her for her hospitality.
Yes, keep your milk secure.
It's a really strange look. And just sort of puts her hand on her chest. Sure. Yeah, walking back to Siri and Switzer there, and they nod at you.
Oh, and thank you so much, Sari, for allowing us into your home. We're just kind of, doing the rounds. It was scary what happened earlier. The events happening around, the chief and his challenge. So we just wanted to check in and, I'll say too that we hope to assure you that, we took care of that creature that came and accosted the match.
Oh, of course. Good. Glad to hear it.
Can I do the same insight check on her?
Yep, go for
Okay.
it.
Worse. 12.
All does seem surprised.
Yes. Though, to be fair, she did not live up to her name.
What's that?
The one we found responsible.
She
They
didn't
were-
grow?
Huh?
She was kind of like, what do you mean by that? Is what she was trying to.
Oh, well. We found the one responsible. Took them out. They were less difficult than the challenge. But not worthy of a ballad. That is good news.
She nods.
Now I will insight check.
Sure.
Okay. I don't think that's going to be much better, but let me check. Yeah, well, that's a 15.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that you'd expect.
Okay. Have a good night.
All right. Anything else? What do you want to do next?
Okay. I'll leave that place.
Well, once we're right outside, you guys, should we just tell her about the poison and how it didn't seem like she was poisoned and maybe there was something else that was controlling her mind? Or do we still not trust her?
I don't think we should trust anyone.
it's really hard to tell. I mean, as far as we know, we tried very hard to implicate Sven, and even though all we really ever had from him was bad vibes, I guess. It wouldn't be impossible that she's just concealing intentions.
That's very true, actually, yeah. Shira, that thing you just said really spooked me. What if there is a growing inside of Mildred?
Is this what you're believing?
I don't know, it just came to me right now.
Well, it wasn't magical.
Well, what is grow?
Let's see if
She was just a lady, right? What was her... What species was Grow?
Human.
She's a human lady.
Perhaps then use your magic to identify if there is a human baby. And if there is, then maybe it's just a human baby. And if there's not, then maybe there is a magical creature pretending to be a human baby.
Sure.
I'm
Go ahead.
essentially a magical creature pretending to be a human.
The whole story doesn't make a lot of sense. They had this one night stand. Neither really cared about the other. And then suddenly, the baby, and then this memory wipe. Someone is not telling the truth, but I don't know if it's either of them. Have we considered the fellow?
No, I guess we haven't. But Sven said that he was working for a she. But you're right, maybe he knows more than we've thought to ask him.
We also
Okay.
could have been lied to.
Oh shit, I always forget about that.
If he was working for a she, I don't know. It seems strange that this would be here. We could always go in and attack them, but if we are wrong, it would be very bad to slaughter 2 people and their child.
3 people, right? I guess we'd have to get the husband too.
And any witnesses.
And Braggy.
Yeah, you're right. So at least we can cross one plan off the list. That feels good.
All right. Well, we've done our follow-up here. It doesn't seem we're going to find answers here. However, we did learn one thing that was important. We learned that the rabbits are taken to the lodge. We could follow up to see if this lodge has a rabbit delivery from Mildred 2 days ago.
We could do that. I know, Shira, you haven't been a herser for very, very long with us anyway. But we've worked with Mildred quite a few times, I feel. Oh, but maybe that's, my own mistake. I feel like we can trust her. Oh, gosh, I just don't know. And she's the one who, well, when there were first... Actually, our first big job together was with Mildred. She told us that there were wolves attacking livestock, and so we went with her to investigate. And that's how we got the wolves in the cave, with Mildred's help. And then also she was the one that, when we first found out Gondel was a werewolf, that also Mildred reported that.
Sounds like she has been working a long time to earn your trust.
Yeah.
It is wise to do good, to do a lot of good if you're gonna betray.
You guys really have a head for this stuff. That's
Um,
good.
Why do they not share milk? So strange.
Her
But
milk
the
from-
lodge. Go ahead.
No, no, never mind. I really don't want to get into it, actually.
Well, the lodge, and we also know that she knows about herbs. Herbs are used in poisons.
The other thing we did know about Grow is that she was a religious somebody, extremist, or even a heretic. She had those items, trinkets and stuff from I don't know if we ever identified who it was, but they looked neglected. Did we see any iconography of any archdemons or archseraphs inside the house?
No.
Okay.
Just what you'd expect. Any imagery is more of like the heroes of Valaka, specifically more of the hero Regval.
Okay.
There was also what she said about the fight. She said that she thought she and Braggy would go down. Why would they go down if they were with Sarah?
What do you mean?
Well, doesn't she believe Sarah could protect her? Or was Sarah never there? And if she wasn't there, would she grow?
I suppose we could ask around if anybody saw her there.
Yes. 2 leads. Did you notice anything about the plants on the crib?
I did not take a close look at them. But let me clarify with my memory. Were they carved plants? Or were they real plants? They were
Carved.
carved. Yeah.
Carved plants. All right. Well, we stop by the lodge and then we go find the people who are watching the fight. I feel like we have a lot of closed doors. There's one we can open, though.
Yeah. Okay. What time is it out right now? Let me check the sun.
What's up now? It's getting into the evening.
Okay, but there's still. We wouldn't be waking people up from bed if we
No.
asked. Okay, great.
Okay. To the lodge.
All right. To the main lodge there. Okay. And who are you looking to talk to?
Whoever is the person at the front desk would probably be the one who handles the deliveries, at least a manifest. So perhaps whoever's working the front.
We're trying to double check that Mildred was being honest when Mildred said that she hunted 2 days ago and brought back.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I mean, you can definitely check on that. The people here, the one handling that would be Ronald, who I think immediately, but your initial questions definitely begins to verify. Yeah, we've got all this stuff right here. as far as this delivery, and everything seems right.
Is
Can
the
I
rabbit?
insight check him?
Sure.
Let's go down the NPCs one by one. And
I know, right? And I did bad. I got 13.
Has the rabbit been furred yet? Skinned?
Yeah, we've got him in the icebox.
Hmm. May we
Along with a
see
lot of
this
the meats that we've been. You want to see the icebox?
No, just if you had the skinned rabbit.
I mean, the skin themselves went off to, the makers for coats and such things.
Oh, okay.
The rabbit, I guess that's in the icebox. If you want to see the icebox.
No, not unless it would have the wound marks.
Oh. I mean, it was caught by arrow.
Okay.
No, how has Mildred seemed to you? How is her pregnancy progressing in terms of her work?
I don't think she's let it affect her.
And she seems like herself, comfortable and normal.
Yeah. I didn't say anything strange with her.
Great. Okay, I think our Hersher inspection is complete, unless my colleagues have anything else they want to look at.
No, I think we verified what we need to.
Okay. Keep up the great work, Renault. Over and out. I mean, good day.
All right. Wait, anything else?
Oh shit! Wait, Renault.
What? Yeah. What?
Did you happen to see Sarah yesterday or earlier today? Actually, was she at the challenge ring?
Kind of thinks back. Yeah, I think she was.
Okay, great, cool. Just checking on everybody. All right.
Is she
Kinda
with
just
anyone?
nods, okay. I mean, everybody's with everyone.
I'm more meant did it seem like she was there with someone specifically?
I mean, she's with her husband. And he does seem to have like a lot to tell you on that.
All right. Well, as fault, I'm not sure what other leads there are to open or inquire.
I don't know either. Something just feels unresolved, But I suppose there's nothing we could do tonight. Maybe it's worth just going home and getting a good night's sleep. Winter's coming soon.
All right. We should stay close together tonight.
Yeah, so we never really know when the effects of winter will start.
Could be as fast as tomorrow. Okay then. Good night, friends.
So calling it a night, and are we done with Autumn then? Was there something else you wanted to do?
no, I mean, there's nothing on my mind. You just checking in makes me nervous about it, Matt. But
Yes,
I'm just giving you the.
Asphalt's good.
Same.
All right. Very good then. As we proceed. Here, take your few days, and snow comes quickly to Ragval Village here. So, any types of just kind of background preparations, more flavor as winter comes in, season of death?
Huh.
Does the chief have a new bodyguard?
He doesn't take another personal one. He just has his normal guards.
Okay.
And the chief does have a goat delivered to your door, Shira.
For milking?
Oh.
For our brave new hair, sir. Welcome.
The goat gets their own room, obviously. Being warm.
There's probably a lot of times that people are just like huddling around Hist because his body just like emanates heat.
Steam.
It's just like, yeah, there's just like always steam around him.
Intimidating steam.
I don't know if this actually counts as flavor, so if it doesn't, you can tell me. But I think Asphalt would try to oh wait, the sheltering wood, which is where we had a couple interactions with Grow. Is that where the elves are, or is that where Alvis's woodlands?
Alvis Timberland is on the opposite side of the town.
Beautiful.
The sheltering wood, yeah.
Asphalt would have made an effort to try and just let the elves know that there had been another threat like Grow in the woods. Mostly it's dealt with, but as a courtesy, because we have a tentative truce, or, not alliance, but good dealings.
Got it.
Okay. And good luck with winter.
Yeah, there's they give their good luck too. You see they have their own preparations and things. Yep, you all have the wood you need.
Yeah. I think as a tradition, Shira will sit down with the crew and with her drinking horn of milk will make a toast. Here is to the Hersers who have fought throughout the seasons. Some have fallen, some have gone. Many of us will soon breathe our last. But despite whatever comes, the fight will have meaning, and the lives we lose will have purpose, and the clan will live on.
You're here.
And all you've invited solemnly agree.
When we wake in the morning, the snow will be much heavier. It will be cold and brutal. Thankfully, we have fur.
Asphalt tugs her bare fur cloak from Tiny close around her.
This looks a little unfazed because I'm pretty sure I don't. Part of the non-living effect is I don't get cold.
Yes, it is May the 4th. Just once, can you look upon us with your real eyes and remove that mask?
I mean, the mask has big holes in them. I see you through my eyes almost regularly. I feel like this is more of you wanting to see behind my mask.
Made the fourth deep cut.
Hist, why don't I cover Shira's eyes? And then you can take off the mask and Shira won't see you. But maybe it would make her feel good knowing that, it wasn't there for a second.
Very well. You can see I'll take off the mask. His won't get out, fully get out of it, but he will just move the mask aside slightly, so you can kind of just see his face. It's melted face behind, and behind him you can see his body scrunched up, his shoulders rising almost to his ears. As he just puts it back over.
Nice.
You are beautiful, Hist.
Well, I wouldn't quite say that, but I think I have a unique aesthetic.
As do we all.
I agree. A perfect meld of magic and clay from the earth. It's beautiful indeed.
Well, I appreciate the praise.
May I ask, is the mask for your comfort?
Oh, yes, it just makes traveling much easier.
Ah,
Less of a reaction from others.
well, as a Herser, soon people will show you the proper respect you have earned.
Oh, I'm sure it would eventually be okay, but this is good too.
Of course.
This doesn't seem upset by this. He just kind of seems like he acts like this is very plainly. Just this is how it is for him. It's a mix of comfort for him and comfort that he feels he's giving other people.
I hope no one attacks us tomorrow. But I think we should be realistic. The tides are certainly swarming in, and the candles flicker.
I mean, the sooner someone attacks us, the sooner we'll be able to at least have a new lead.
That's true. And maybe answers to these questions.
Just kind of like a lore question.
Sure.
The waters, do they freeze over in the winter?
You mostly so your one coast is more ocean, so it really doesn't. I mean, there might be some ice on it, but it depends winter to winter.
Okay.
It's not unheard of.
For ocean-dwelling civilizations like the Kepmir or the Laneshi,
Mhm.
is it like known that winter is a time when they come to land more so than normal?
They are more well known to be in the winter, yes,
Got it.
because
Okay.
the code of the winter specifically holds no ill for them.
Oh,
So
okay.
if they were to come about, they have a little bit of advantage
Got it.
by attacking in winter.
Lovely. How have we made so many enemies?
This is Valaka.
But yeah, I think that's about all Shiro would say before just lying down, cradling her milk.
Nice. All right. Anything else from anybody? Because we'll do a little bit of a few day jump here. It's not going to be like tomorrow's winter.
Eh,
That would be strange. But all right. In that case, let's go. So, the sound of children's laughter carries over the snow-blanketed center of Ragval Village. Snowballs whiz through the air as children and a few adults build fortresses like little raiders. Others have fashioned skis and skates and are playing on the hills and the frozen banks of Akri Bay. Despite weeks of tension, the first snow of winter has brought your people a moment of innocent bliss. Last night, you were approached by Renal, who is in charge of the moment-to-moment minutia of the village's defense. He's requested you meet him at the Eastern Watchtowers, now known as Scar Crusher's domain. But surely it couldn't hurt to spend a moment with the children. So you look about, and many adults are playing with the children, and you even see Harafen here in the heart of Raffensheim. Look out and occasionally giving pointers to the child, making a comment that one touted. She goes, right. Take the hit and roll and strike back. Don't just cry. Looks all of you. Hersers, enjoy the fun. Might be the last chance.
Oh, come on, guys! Don't you want to have a snowball fight?
I suppose so.
what is snowball fight?
That's what the kids are doing. You never had a snowball fight, Shira?
You just throw
No.
snow at one another.
You throw things at one another.
No, you throw snow at one another.
Is this snow poison?
The snow is just snow.
Then how do you know who wins?
You don't?
It's sort of like a moment-to-moment victory. If you land a snowball onto somebody, you go, yeah, I gotcha.
Ah. All right.
the best way to do it is to have somebody prep the snowballs for you so that you can just boom, 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 chuck them over your wall of defense.
Oh, okay.
Asphalt's gonna start making a little wall out of snow so that we could hide behind it.
Nice. Just normally?
Yeah. This is not a magical endeavor. This is a snowball fight.
Very good. All right, you take them, and as you begin making this, you can see Asa walking with her robes and using her keen eyes away from the crowd, almost playing a little bit of referee. You are out. You are out. It's like and kind of clears her throat a little bit. She goes, Venison. There is no rocks in that ball. And you hear a rock throw. That's right. As she bears her 5 rows of needle teeth at them. And then you hear 7 other rocks being thrown away. She looks at you and Asphalt goes, forward defensive. This is good teaching tactics amid play.
Yes, definitely. It's all about the brains. You can't use stuff to cheat. The fairness of a snowball fight is, like, sacred.
Yes, it gets very excited at this. It is.
In the background, Hiss just there trying to make a snowball, but they keep melting every time by the time it actually gets them to form.
Very good. You can see also in a corner as you do this, you've got Elvis's daughters have constructed their own for them using Druidic magic. They have snow catapults and have formed their own thing against the rest of Ragval. Elvis sits back. I'm not letting those 2 out of the house once winter comes. For the rest of winter. All right, so you have your fort, and in the distance, you can hear Braggy kind of serenading everybody, giving a play-by-play in bardic form of everyone who's gotten out who gets hit by a face. Oh, they've gone unconscious.
Shira, your predator instincts are gonna come in handy right now. You have to wait for an opening, and then here, Asphalt takes a little ball of snow and hands it to Shira. Right when you see an opening, you sling it at him.
Okay.
Nice. All right, tell me what else everyone is doing.
Shira will spot somebody trying to run close nearby, and she's going to hop the barrier and run up and take her hand with a snowball in it and just smack him in the head with it.
Hiss is gonna cast Floating Disc and put all the snowballs on it to follow Shira around, so she has a supply just following her throughout the battlefield.
see Malda busily running through, grabbing various snowballs and making sure all the kids are supplied as well. Just like, duck and shoot! Duck and shoot! Go, go, go! So it keeps going on as you make all this, and soon a whole contingent of children have lined up behind Asphalt. They're like, we're with you. You will lead us to victory against the Druids.
Definitely. We have to be a united front. The snowballs are harder to dodge when they all come at once. Okay? So everybody get in a line. And when I say go, we throw a line of snowballs.
For Bellica! All right. Then I would say let's do a persuasion check for your leadership, Asphalt.
Oh, no. Okay. I was looking for something to do, but no, we're just gonna roll persuasion. Okay, that's a 5.
Okay. She's like, 1, 2, 3. They're like, wait, was it after 3? Before a huge snowball just comes and rolls all of you back. They go, ah!
It's like a mound of unconscious bodies around Shira.
Yep.
She continues to smack them with snow.
And so just be going around the fort, just like rubbing his hand along like the snow fort Asphalt made to heat it up and like allow it to freeze.
Ooh.
Amazing. So then the counterattack comes, and everyone is laughing with all the fun. And it is there, like I said, you saw Maldo, you see Grindel's brother Gunvar, or Gondor's brother Gunvar rather, as he laughs maniacally as he becomes a target for a lot of the snowballs and just having a good old time. And it's just joyous, this moment of joy here at the start. And as you're buried underneath snow and ice, and just the love and the family here of Ragval here, the joyous laughter turns to screaming. Elk and wolves pour from the road to the north, setting villagers scattering. And something is wrong with them. They're unusually huge, and their eyes glint with malice. A monstrous elk pins down one of the fleeing villagers with its hooves and bares its teeth, revealing rows of fangs that it sinks into the villager's flesh over and over, and in a moment they are devoured alive before anyone can even act. And you are there amidst the blood-soaked snow. And with that, you realize winter has truly come. As you hear more howls, you realize in this moment you can, in fact, help and save these people. So, begin. With that, we can go ahead and come into D&D maps. And your characters.
Should we place ourselves, or is there some place we would be?
You would be mostly in the center there. Alrighty. All right, perfect. Okay, so with that, I guess I have it here. And a few things to represent some fun here. Let's do this here. So we have several children that have tried to huddle behind some snow forts. So there's one there. I'll place a few various places.
I did make ours ice, if that helps at all.
Yes. These are a few groups here that have tried to take some. So in your dealings here, you need to make sure you want to protect them the best you can.
I am trying to share my screen, Matt. I don't know if it's going to mess up my audio or anything. So if I start sounding funny, let me know. But
Okay. Alrighty, so this has all begun here. And we will get some initiative going. Alright, so I don't think anyone has advantage or anything along those lines. Now, history initiative bonus is +8, Shear's is +5. We have our order. So this has happened with that. Okay, so any of your fellow Regvalians that fall to 0 will be making death saves. They will not die instantaneously. Just as a note. And with that, Hist, it is your turn.
All right. 3. I'm gonna hit the Elk, C, J, and E with a fireball.
Right. DC and J, you said?
No, C, J, and E.
C, J, and E. Gotcha. To
The
kind
left
of.
side.
All right. Burning a little bit of a house. Sounds good.
Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot that'll happen. Damn. All right.
Listen, you
Never.
got to make some decisions, Regval. I mean, I'm not. That's not necessarily awful.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, there's a consequence, but there's also other consequences, right?
Yeah.
So do what you're gonna do. You're hair sayers. You have the authority to make these types of decisions.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Deck 17 save.
You got it. Let's see these folks.
It was 31 fire damage.
Okay, very good. That reason they all fail that.
ooh,
Let's go.
And are toasted. That will go. Anything else, Ist?
That'll be it.
All right. Then Shira.
Shira will take out her whip, and she notices they're all within the perfect range right now. So she is going to take her whip and strike her own back with it, and dealing to herself 11 slashing. And now I need for every single one of the enemies, because they are all within 60 feet of her, I need them all to do at disadvantage. That's important. It's going to be a where is it? A wisdom. So it's a disadvantage wisdom save.
Nice. Sounds good. Let's do this. Wisdom. That's a 3.
That fails.
So what happens?
So they all failed?
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm going to roll some psychic damage. All right. That will be 13 plus 6. So that's 19 psychic damage to every one of them. And
Amazing.
then, let's see. I'm going to move myself toward. I don't see the commoner. Well, I guess I do. There's a commoner there, an elk up there. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to. I'll try to get to the one. This, yeah. Let me just move myself. I got plenty of running speed. There. So I will spend a monk point this time to do my flurry of blows twice against.
All right, I will hook here. Here's what occurs: all the elks scream and die.
Oh my god.
Oh,
They all had their max HP is 19. There, Shira.
oh,
You did the
so
19 psychic.
My god.
Yeah, they just happen to all be within 60 feet. I did not mean to end it that quickly. Wow.
Wait, but in the narrative, there were also wolves.
Yeah, there were wolves. Oh, well.
So
Alright.
as they all die at Shira's display, anything?
Well, if there's no enemies on the board, I will not be spending that monk point.
Yeah.
I will stay where I was, so I'm with the group, and I'm kind of calling for the commoners to get toward us.
Got it.
And that'll be my turn.
With that, you see, almost coming out of a camouflage state on the roof, a large drake, prismatic colors, drenched in cold fire, sneers. This isn't the last. Spits and incredibly quick throws out a dazzling display of colors over the area as they cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Hmm.
Here. And let me just make sure I do the 2024 here. So that will be the wisdom save. It's going to get the 3 of you.
28.
Okay, it's 24.
Nice. Then Hist.
Sorry. I don't know why I struggled to find it on the page. 23.
All right, you all resist the spell. And they take to the sky. And through over the buildings and such, and keeping low enough to take cover to get out of your sight, they action dash 120 feet. As you hear calls and cries, as you realize many beasts are coming, and you remember your appointment with Renal. The first raid of monsters has begun. And we'll go ahead and take our break.
Aww.
Behold now the darkening of the year, when the sun rides low and shadows leer. Night, night, eternal grips the sky, and the old gods whisper as the ravens fly. In the north, the winds cry like widows lost. Frost gnaws the bone, and fire bears the cost. Yet still we kindle flame and steel, for Valika's heart will never kneel. We huddle close on a curry shore, where the sea wolves sing and ice hearts roar. Clan Raggle came with naws but will, now blood and frost our cups do fill. We survived the thirst by fate and chance, before the beasts began their dance. Unseen, unknown, we breathed and prayed, but now they wake from barrow and glade. From pine-bound tombs and mountain caves, the old things stir, the nameless crave. Their howls ride high on wind and gale. Our shield walls rise, though faces pale. Now is the time, our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold this place. The mead is bitter, the night is long, yet sharper still our dying song. We do not flee the jaws of doom, we charge, we bleed, we make our tomb. For hope is not soft, it bites and burns, it howls and hungers, twists and turns, and in our firelit frost-kissed breath, we name this hour the season of death. Raise now the horn, let the scouts remember, that though the world may die in winter's ember, still we stood and still we cried. Let us live fierce or let us die. Now is the time, our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold. Behold now the darkening of the year, when the sun rides low and shadows leer. Night, night, eternal grips the sky, and the old gods whisper as the ravens fly. like widows lost. Frost gnaws the bone, and fire bears the cost. Yet still we kindle flame and steel, for Valika's heart will never kneel. We huddle close on Akuri's shore, where the sea wolves sing and ice hearts roar. Clan Raggle came with Naws but will, now blood and frost our cups do fill. We survived the first by fate and chance, before the beasts began their dance. Unseen, unknown, we breathed and prayed, but now they wake from barrow and glade. From pine-bound tombs and mountain caves, the old things stir, the nameless crave. Their howls ride high on wind and gale. Our shield walls rise, though faces pale. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold this place. The mead is bitter, the night is long, yet sharper still our dying song. We do not flee the jaws of doom, we charge, we bleed, we make our tomb. For hope is not soft, it bites and burns, it howls and hungers, twists and turns, and in our firelit frost-kissed breath, we name this hour the season of death. Raise now the horn, let the scouts remember that though the world may die in winter's ember, still we stood and still we cried. Let us live fierce or let us die. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold. Behold now the darkening of the year, when the sun rides low and shadows leer. Night, night, eternal grips the sky, and the old gods whisper as the ravens fly. In the north, the winds cry like widows lost. Frost gnaws the bone, and fire bears the cost. Yet still we kindle flame and steel, for Valika's heart will never kneel. We huddle close on Akuri's shore, where the sea wolves sing and ice hearts roar. Clan Raggle came with Naws but will, now blood and frost our cups do fill. We survived the first by fate and chance, before the beasts began their dance. Unseen, unknown, we breathed and prayed, but now they wake from barrow and glade. From pine-bound tombs and mountain caves, the old things stir, the nameless crave. Their howls ride high on wind and gale. Our shield walls rise, though faces pale. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold this place. The mead is bitter, the night is long, yet sharper still our dying song. We do not flee the jaws of doom. We charge, we bleed, we make our tomb. For hope is not soft, it bites and burns, it howls and hungers, twists and turns, and in our firelit frost-kissed breath, we name this hour the season of death. Raise now the horn, let the scouts remember that though the world may die in winter's ember, still we stood and still we cried. Let us live fierce or let us die. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold. Behold now the darkening of the year, when the sun rides low and shadows leer. Night, night, eternal grips the sky, and the old gods whisper as the ravens fly. In the north, the winds cry like widows lost. Frost gnaws the bone, and fire bears the cost. Yet still we kindle flame and steel, for Valika's heart will never kneel. We huddle close on a curry shore, where the sea wolves sing and ice hearts roar. Clan Ragwell came with naught but will, now blood and frost to our cups do fill. We survived the first by fate and chance, before the beasts began their dance. Unseen, unknown, we breathed and prayed, but now they wake from barrow and glade. From pine-bound tombs and mountain caves, the old things stir, the nameless crave. Their howls ride high on wind and gale. Our shield walls rise, though faces pale. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold this place. The mead is bitter, the night is long, yet sharper still our dying song. We do not flee the jaws of doom. We charge, we bleed, we make our tomb. us live fierce or let us die. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold. Behold now the darkening of the year, when the sun rides low and shadows leer. Night, night, eternal grips the sky, and the old gods whisper as the ravens fly. In the north, the winds cry like widows lost. Frost gnaws the bone, and fire bears the cost. Yet still we kindle flame and steel, for Valika's heart will never kneel. We huddle close on a curry shore, where the sea wolves sing and ice hearts roar. Clan Raggle came with naught but will, now blood and frost to our cups do fill. We survived the first by fate and chance, before the beasts began their dance. Unseen, unknown, we breathed and prayed, but now they wake from barrow and glade. From pine-bound tombs and mountain caves, the old things stir, the nameless crave. Their howls ride high on wind and gale. Our shield walls rise, though faces pale. Now is the time our saga is writ, with sword and scream, with flame and grit. We sing not for peace, nor ask for grace, but for the strength to hold this place. The mead is bitter, the night is long, yet sharper still our dying song. We do not flee the jaws of doom, we charge, we bleed, we make our tomb. For hope is not soft, it bites and burns, it howls and hungers, twists and turns, and in our firelit frost-kissed breath, we name this hour the season of death. Raise now the horn, let the scouts remember, that though the world may die in winter's ember, still we stood and still we cried. Let us live fierce or let us die.
Alrighty. Go back. So, bells ring out. You hear a cry. And for this time, it seems already a call has been made for the monsters of the woods to retreat. I remember your appointment with Renault. Looking around, there are a few casualties. The initial surprise, no children, which even Chief Ruffin bears a sigh of relief. And he does look and goes, and says, "You've done well. I can't imagine if you hadn't been here. We could have lost the entire generation in the first week."
We did not. But we must get to the meeting point. This was only a first wave.
Indeed. Sorry. Indeed, go about your duties then.
And thank you for the milk. It does a body good.
And so are you making your way to Renault?
Mm-hmm. I am.
All right. You see, and the children are shown to their parents, and everyone begins to button down for the true winter. You make your way to the Manavager Towers, which would be RF1 for those of you looking at the map. As far as the Discord one. Rooted. Here, Sayers. Glad to see you in good health. Hey. Looks like this meeting's a day late. I just have this kind of white complexion now, trying to get themselves together. As others who greet you, some who are trainees, many who fought in the summer with you.
This is one of our weakest strongholds.
Indeed. We've done our best, and now we gotta see if we will survive. We have much to discuss. The sagas tell that monsters rise from the darkness with the first snows of winter. I didn't realize it really meant the first flake.
Yes, it does seem to be a bit more aggressive this year.
We lost much of our wisdom with the death of Halok. So I've been trying to talk to everyone I can, and what I've been able to gather is that the monsters trying to reclaim the lands tend to rarely attack from the same direction twice in a row. They attack from the forest 1 week, the next they go from the sea or the plains. Spending time, they see sometimes you can scout to understand where they might come from next. Also, whenever one of our defenses is attacked, we'll need to spend time repairing it. last winter we lost some who didn't get the repairs before the next attack. Whenever there is, we ring the bells, and all those who can't raise a sword go to the longhouse. Now, and he kind of begins pointing, and on your maps, this would be RF3, RF6, and RF9. Because if any of these are breached, their next step is going to be Raffensheim, the Longhouse. They either will be there to take our resources for more intelligent, or for those who just want to hunger, they're there to eat everyone. Now, I have everyone on weekly rotations, so as Hairstairs, you would be able to determine exactly who is where each week. And every week we should be able to improve one of them, one of the fortifications, as long as we have resources. So the next step here is to you decide how many people you're putting where.
Ronald, you said that. Do we have scouts out now that have any idea where these waves of monsters might be coming from?
No. I mean, these ones came from the woods, so our best guess would be the plains or the ocean, the waters next time. If they follow the pattern. But same point, I don't know. This one was so sudden. I don't know if we want to go with an even defense or if we want to guess. It is possible that we can change before. I mean, once the attack starts, that's it. But it's up to all of you.
We would know what the minimum force required is.
Indeed. So I'm going to start all this up here.
Also, Matt, I'm presenting the map. You want to put it
Thank
up?
you. All right, so let me just making sure we got all this here.
And we
Yes,
do have,
you're going to get all this information. All right, so let me.
we have 200 warriors to allocate for Jackie.
Cool. I'm going to start getting all this into the rating for us as we're moving through. So we'll get some initial allocations going.
Sorry, how many exactly?
200.
200. And we have 10 locations.
And so with all this, I don't know if you may want to change a few things, but reading, here we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, so let me start this process here because we want to get going.
The attacks do have to be linear. So there will be time between RF1 and RF2. Like if they attack RF1, we will have time to think about how to move people around before they attack RF2. So we can think about that when we're allocating our warriors. We don't have to fill up all 10 locations. We just have to think about where on the lanes the attacks are going to be.
Got it.
You can move them, but yeah, they do need to be positioned beforehand. So you can move, but you can't move like more than one over, right? So you have to kind of keep them. You can move between attacks, not necessarily between like pulses of warriors. So in other words, moving them from lane to lane would be somewhat difficult.
Yeah, I think that takes like a whole round.
Yeah, in a round in which they're already attacking the next one.
Yes.
So there is some movement, but it's very limited.
An idea I had was do 25 at RF4, RF1, and RF7, 15 at RF8, RF2, and RF5, and 20 at the rest.
Okay. Now I've given you all the stuff, so you should see all the minimum numbers.
Okay, sorry.
All good.
We do get a bonus to the rating roll DC every time we multiply the minimum force required. So like for RF1, where the minimum force is 10, if we put 15, we don't get a bonus. But if we put 20, we would get the bonus.
Correct. So you want to do it in multiples of the minimum force.
I see.
Generally. Otherwise, you basically just increase the amount you lose and not how hard it is to take it. Generally speaking, defending is much more high casualty than attacking.
I think we should sacrifice 1 and 4.
So I just have no warriors there?
I only say it because we currently don't know where they'll attack, but we will know which one they take. And that will tell us where they're likely to attack next. And we can attack them instead.
So you want to use them as bait?
Yes. We don't have the resources in those 2 fortifications that we do in the others. So putting a lot of troops in them, if we were to lose them,
Oh, I was just... I don't think that that should be our end goal, but I don't necessarily against the plan.
Matt, on the sheets that you shared, what does it mean when there is no minimum force or maximum force? Like, for instance, RF7?
Yeah, so basically in that case, that's just a when they go through that, they just have to deal with what's there. So that's just a trap basically. So they basically automatically overcome it, but they suffer that penalty.
Got it.
So in other words, its job is to ultimately make it harder to get to 8.
Understood. Okay.
So that's it. So it kind of gets conquered, but then they either have the -1, or I think you have it rank 2.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So they get 1d4 minus their rolls against the Northern Palisade RF8.
Okay. So we can't allocate warriors to RF7. So, okay. Good to know.
I don't think that's crazy to not put any warriors somewhere, but I just want to keep in mind that if we have to make repairs there, it takes a week to repair one location. So that would be 2 weeks of work. And if we get another raid before then, we'd be screwed.
We should at least leave their minimum.
With 3 lanes, I feel like we're already so spread out. But there's no bad call here. We are making a guess. In other words, if we put them in 1, 4, and 8, and they attack 1 or 4, we stand a greater chance to lose our people. Is that right?
It's
Yes.
what we're using it.
Well, we can only put a maximum of 20 at 1 and 20 at 4.
Okay. Well, I suppose this is I will go along with our plan. Besides, lights are dwindling.
Maybe you and Hist are right. Maybe we should do minimum forces at RF1 and RF4. So that if we do lose people, we don't lose too many. But then we'll really start beefing up RF2 and RF5. We'll stop them in their tracks. If they get through.
In that case, perhaps we put more people in either 1 or 4, and if they take the other one, then we can beef up the defense, whereas we would already have a defense in the other one. But
Well, remember what you were just told is that they only go down 1 lane.
One lane. Oh, they once they choose a lane, they can't change it.
It takes
The
a long
pattern,
time.
the pattern has been the raid when they're raiding, they raid down one single
okay.
lane.
Yeah. So, in that case, yeah. Well, they're only going to choose 1 or 4 or 7. Hopefully, they pick 7. But if they pick 1 or 4, yeah, I suppose we could beef them up equally.
There's an outside chance at 10.
That's true.
Just as a reminder, but you might, they have to
It
be
would
with
have-
swim or fly.
Yeah.
So that
we
would
saw
be
wolves.
20 and 1, 20 and 4, 20 and 8.
8 can take 50 if we wanted it to.
Okay.
Oh,
And then what about 10? Maybe 50 and 10, 50 and 8?
10 can only take 10 maximum.
Oh, well, 10 and 10, and 50 and 8, 20 and 1, 20 and 4. Yes. Perhaps this works.
Wait, how much is it? 20 and 1, 20 and 4.
Be 100.
We can leave warriors at the stronghold in reserve. If they are in reserve, we can deploy them down any lane. If they are already in a lane and we want to move them somewhere else, that would take a whole round. They would basically be not useful for a wave of attacks.
Okay, so if we put them in the stronghold, then they would go to 9. Would be their first option if they had to go north.
Yes. I do believe that's true.
Okay. Well, maybe we don't put 50 and 8. Maybe we put a smaller number in 8.
I say we maybe put 30 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we do, we can put 20 and 2, 5 and 9, which are their maxes, and then which is 60. So 6. Sorry, I'm already doing math. 90, 100 plus 40. 140, so there's 60 left. Yeah, so then we can put 30 and 3 and 6.
Do we want to put
We have 10 left
troops
over.
there? We could just put them in the stronghold because then they could go to 3 and 6 easily. That way
We
don't
could.
double up. Well, if you put 30 in the stronghold, you could later choose to put them in 3 or 6, depending on which lane they're taking. Or 9. So 3, 6, and 9, we don't need to worry about too much if we have them in the stronghold.
Can't we
Am I
move
misinterpreting the
them up?
rules, Matt? Or is that correct?
So you're trying to do what specifically?
Just trying to figure out how movement works. Between our turns, we can reallocate people to different places. Just trying to iron out how that works.
Right. So it would be probably your understanding of it, but I can double get this going here. Here we go.
So our thinking is if we leave a number in the stronghold in reserve, that might be smart because then we can decide after we see how the first couple of attacks go, we would know where to move them to later.
Right. Okay. All right, so you're trying to hold them in reserve so that you can put them into one of the other ones is the idea there. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure. Where were you seeing that you can move your troops?
I can pull it up in the book. Hold on.
Oh, here we go. I see it. It's in a weird section.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
It's under the raider turn instead of the defender turn. That's weird. Okay, so yeah, the defenders can reassign which fortifications their warriors are protecting. Warriors currently deployed at a fortification can swap to any fortification in a different lane. Okay, so you can't do it in the same lane.
No, you can. It just doesn't take a whole turn.
Oh, gotcha. By spending one turn moving. During the time, they can't defend either fortification during that turn. So you would be... So in other words, when you move them, you couldn't move them to the one about to be attacked, basically. Right, you have to kind of play, they wouldn't get there in time. So you have to kind of go, not this one, but the next one. If that makes sense.
Yeah, which would be either 3, 6, or 9.
Yes. Go ahead, Robin.
Well, the next sentence after the one you were reading is the one we were trying to talk, or we're curious about.
Okay, undefended warriors can be deployed from their stronghold immediately at no cost. Warriors currently deployed to fortification can fall back to a different fortification immediately as well. Okay, so yeah, so
if they're in the stronghold, it's a good idea to keep them there, because then as the need arises, so say they're coming down lane A, we can then decide to put more warriors up to like RF3 or RF2 without waiting for that turn penalty.
Yes.
Okay.
Though the way it's worded, which I'm okay, but I we can go ahead and do it this way. I think that it sounds like you only get to hold a reserve if maximum is reached, but I'm cool with doing it this way. So good.
Okay, so then if we did 20 in RF1, 20 in RF4, and 50 in reserves, then maybe 10 and 10. That would be kind of useful.
Okay, so here's which you'd likely do anyway. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page with the rules. If warriors die during the raid, these reserve forces can be allocated during the raid at the start of the defender's turn. When it comes to your held in reserve. So the ability to move them where you want is triggered by others dying. So, which is why you'd probably want, you still want warriors at your outer defenses. So otherwise you wouldn't be able to react with your reserve. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. But we can't put him in 7, so we'd have to put him in 8. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can fill 8 because we'll be able to fill all of them, I think, except the 3 that we.
I mean, 8 holds 50.
20, 20, 40. F2 and F5 are both 20. It's 80.
Matt, just so you see it, on page 151, in the prepping for the defensive raid, it says that the players can leave warriors in reserve at the stronghold.
40. Yeah, it's only 140 if we put 20 at everything except the 3 that we're gonna leave empty, and 50 at F8 gives us 60 remaining, and then and then 10 at F10 or F10, so that leaves us 50 remaining.
Okay, I like it.
Wait. When you say everything, are you talking about putting them in all of them?
All of them except RF3, RF6, and RF9 and RF7. Because we could fill them all up to their maximum, and then have 50 in reserve. Did I misunderstand? Is that not the plan?
I think that plan's fine. But Jackie, how do you... It sounds like you're hesitant about filling everything up.
Yeah.
Well, I was curious because I know 10 only holds 10. So we put 10 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do 4 and 1, that's both 20, which are the main defense. We have the things in the stronghold for the backups. And we would probably want to have at least something in 8. It's the 2 and 5 that I'm not sure about.
I'm saying we could put 20 in each of them.
And we would still have 50 in the stronghold.
And be able to put 50 into 8.
Do we get more soldiers for new raids? Or is this pretty much it in winter?
There's not a good way to do your troops. It is kind of like an attrition situation.
And this was the first one. Okay.
Yeah, you're preparing for it. I will tell you, like, that's going to be more the second week, but this just
all right.
Big thing. But this is for 1 week when you're preparing all of this.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. I think in our future raids, though, we'll have to probably keep them closer to the stronghold.
We'll be able to adjust as we need to.
In terms of how raiders are lost, unless there's any unforeseen bonuses that the monsters themselves have, if a fortification is taken, half of our warriors there are killed. If it's taken by 5, if it like succeeds by 5+, then everybody there is killed. So it's like half of the assigned warriors or all of the assigned warriors. We can mitigate some losses, like during the raids that we did, with spells and potions.
I have neither.
Can we? If they fail, do we lose nobody?
I have that written down. Let me tell you. If 1d10 defenders are slain. But if they fail by 5 or more, then nobody is slain.
Cool.
All right.
And the other reason to put them at RF2 and RF5 is as ones die at RF1 and RF4, we can move them forwards if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right, so do we have this written or recorded?
I will write this down.
Cool. Logistics planning. Asphalt's War Council. Alrighty, so excuse me. Sounds like we've got that all planned out. And as a reminder, there is the what's that? The feat Robin made that has all the rating rules that you can add to your character sheet for quick reference.
It's called defensive rules.
Interesting. Okay. So, with that, you are all set. As Renault nods, grateful that everything's in place. This should prevent anything like what happened today. We at least won't be surprised. Well, I don't think we're going to have another snowball fight all winter, but you know what I'm saying.
I don't regret the snowball fight. I know we must survive, but what's surviving worth if we can't have a snowball fight once in a while?
Well, I'm glad you're the ones, not me, who have to explain that to the wife of the man who was killed. But, that being said, as kind of takes a note, which kind of impresses you that someone brings Renal a note that to read, you're going to realize he's been a little bit of a joke to you, but he has gotten a lot of authority and respect in the last few seasons. Right. Villagers are a bit restless, and it sounds like they need to hear from you. There's the dead, the winter to come. Guess it's on you, Hersers. So, I will simply tell you that whatever you do next will have effect for all of winter. Ooh. How you choose to handle this.
Meaning how we choose to make a rousing speech?
If you're going to make a rousing speech.
Okay.
Or whatever you want to do now. You know that they need to hear from you, and you can decide how the three of you are going to do that.
This was always Gorgana's job, you guys. What should we do?
Well, Just tell them the truth.
People don't usually like the truth. It's very, very frightening. I think they want something a bit more uplifting.
They won't live long enough to mind.
Let's not lead with that.
Well, I suppose we say a few words.
Asphalt, I know you don't think you can, but I think you can be very inspirational sometimes.
I feel like everything I say always gets all jumbled up, and I always end up not where I thought I would go when I started. Almost like I have a -2 to my charisma score.
Oh, God.
I'll take a little attention. I would say in this moment, the three of you can like make your speeches, and it's not necessarily going to be a check. It's more in the content of what your characters choose to say.
Okay.
Understood. Okay.
I want to take that little piece.
Good. Let's rally up the village.
All right. So after this, they all gather. Raffensheim, a longhouse many will undoubtedly cower in. Maybe in a few days. They look at each other. They'll gather the gore of the villagers killed, and their bodies still stand in the center. They look at a reminder of what has come upon them, what it means to live in Valaka. Chief Ruffin looks and nods at the coming of all of you. Hussars. What would you like to do?
Hear ye, hear ye. Clan Ragval, we gather as winter comes upon us. It has been a grueling and terrible start to the season of death. However, no season is easy here in Valaka. We know death. We live with death. Death cannot shake us. And we must treasure these little moments of life we do get to have. There is glory in our clan. There is glory in defense against winter. Maybe my friends have other things to say.
Sorry, I wanted to I know I'm not the most public of the Hersers, but I have met many people in my life and been to many clans, and there aren't many who deal with such strangeness with such tenacity and such willingness to adapt and change around it. And Clan Ragval's ability to grow and change and become something more than what it was will help it grow beyond this winter.
Then Shira.
Enrakvar, you are just a clan. You are a conglomeration of people. You play games in the snow. What is coming for us is evil. And they play no games. They intend to kill. However, they shall not succeed. Because in order to kill Clan Ragfall, they must be willing to have their candles dim. And I have seen the eyes of these creatures. They are scared. They follow blindly. They come here because of barked orders. They have heard the tales, and parts of them now believe them. When they come ashore, there will be no doubt, and their final thoughts shall be nothing but the whimpers of a failed life. For to kill Clan Ragfall, you must be a god. They are no god. They are flesh. And we dine on flesh.
Dine on the flesh! Yes. As they begin to cheer. Like, even our pitchforks can be useful. Oh, yes. As they shout and move, and you see villagers return some report to Chief Raffin with farm implements made sharp and deadly. And thus, riled up by all of your words, you have 20 more warriors to use.
Oh.
You follow the hair says, Shira, the monsters died by looking at her.
It's true. I just kind of lean over to Hist and Asphalt. Perhaps they should be the ones defending one of the outlands before their fervor dies.
Right. With everything riled up, and in the coming week, let's see here. You can process a downtime if you want.
Oh, yes.
Does mean you can upgrade a fortification if you want.
Oh, yes.
If you have
I
the
will
resources.
say, yeah, we do have shit resources after autumn. I'll just put out there, according to my notes, we have 175 timber and 545 iron.
Yeah, which you also need to repair things.
Yeah.
Right.
So, All right. So to repair, does this book here say what we need? Where is it? Looking. Repairing defenses. 100 pounds of tin and up. Or
Also, what do we want to do with the 20 people? Are they going into reserve?
I feel like, yeah. I think we can't really put them anywhere else. We maxed out everything.
Okay. In addition, you are able, if you don't want to upgrade, you can gather ore or timber or the.
yeah. So what's our timber count
175.
and our lumber count? I mean, our oil. Wait,
Or
Iron.
or
545.
right. Well, we either can get some timber or we can upgrade one of our defenses.
I vote gather timber.
All right. We will try to gather timber, if that's okay with Yist.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just updating my chart for everything. I'm still making it.
okay, so the gathering timber, because of your alliance with the elves, we do double what you were able to do before. And let's see here. So I gotta get back to that downtime. Okay, perfect. All right, so we do that. So there's three of you, so we can do this. You would make a. We need a charisma check to lead the group into the wood.
Shit.
Then an animal handling check for the animals dragging it back, and a perception check for for malicious spirits or predators.
What's your charisma, Yist?
It's actually decent, surprisingly, so I can do the charisma check.
I'm good with either of the other ones, Asphalt.
Let me see. I am better at perception than animal handling.
Then I will do animal handling.
Okay.
Mine are equal.
It's a straight charisma check.
It is.
14.
Okay. He's so good with words, they say, in comparison to the charisma. Sure. All right, next.
Is it the perception one?
Yep.
I got 22.
22. Then share with your animal handling.
Here we go. Another terrible roll from Shira. It's a 14.
All right, that gives us a score of 50. So that means in total you can add 400 pounds of timber.
Nice. So now we're about even.
Nice.
We have about 500 pounds each, right?
Yes.
Sounds good. That's 5 repair, or I know it's 10 repairs. Because we only need one or the other. 100 pounds.
There you go. All right. So spending the rest of the week shoring up what you felt was a weakness going into winter. And more warriors ready and held in reserve, it sounds like. Is that the decision to put that 20 into your reserves?
That's what I think we should do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've done.
Not sacrifice them. It's,
Not yet.
all right. and the first week ends.
So is that a long rest?
Oh yeah.
Good, because I was still injured from myself.
Good. So I think okay. I have to change my thing because I don't know what I was doing, but I thought it was 5:30. I don't know why. So I'm gonna change my narrative real quick. I was like, "Oops!"
Okay.
I don't know what weird phrasing out of my brain. I'm like, "Oh man." So just switch my gears. I realized, dude. I'm a little bit worried about the raid without the other two.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool. All right. So in that case, this happened on that first day. You've been going throughout the week, getting everything together, and Ronald will come to you, and so he comes to all of you. And just you're in the hall, as many are using. Especially, there's been a round of mead provided by Gondol during essentially drills that help everyone get to the Longhouse. The seriousness of this winter, punctuated by your speeches, as well as the massacre. But so far, so good in all of this. And as I do, and now close to you. Oh, yes, wanted to tell you. So I wanted to tell you, we've gotten reports from some of the hunters who've gone out of strange lights upon the low mountain have increased. They've seen kind of pauses. I swear they've seen dragons.
Wow. Dragons. I suppose it is worth an investigation.
Indeed. In fact, what led them to this has been even the meager game that is in winter. Some of the elk and other things that weren't infected by whatever horror visited upon us. They found this evidence of them running and being taken to the sky. Large swaths of branches broken towards the mountain. One of the outcropping villages looks like it's also been destroyed. A small group. A small group that our reports were going to shelter with the elves. Ayana tells us that all must be in their main city. I'm afraid if we don't take care of it, the beast won't be the problem, but an attack by dragons will.
Oy vey.
Evidently, some says that feasting on dragon egg is something worthy of bring great strength in the winter. Kind of says, trying to find a bright side.
This is a small aside, but do you guys remember back in spring? There were reports from the clan. Even Braggy told us about a prismatic dragon. It might have even been a drake that we could have gone to check out. Is that the thing that came and infected all those animals?
Well, I do not remember it, but I'm sure someone else would who is no longer here.
Well, it could have been, but we have no real way of knowing if it's the same drake or a different one.
Well, we saw the prismatic earlier. It is more than likely the case, the same one. And it's worth looking into.
Well, I guess it also makes me think that we really should take care of these dragons.
Yes, of course. By take care of, you mean...
Well, I don't really know. If they want to talk to us, then I guess we ask them to leave us alone.
Oh, okay. So not raise them. Here they make good allies in battle.
I think my old friend Tiny would have agreed with you there. Maybe you're right. We'll give it a try.
Well, we should grab our things and head down while we know where they are. And be very stealthy.
This was Renault who was talking to us?
Yes.
Have there been any sightings of other monsters? Does it seem like an okay time for us to go?
Reports of them gathering, but I think you have plenty. We should be okay.
All right.
So, Asphalt, East, why did you not take care of the dragon earlier?
There's a lot going on.
Yes, but
Yeah.
the dragon.
Yeah. I don't quite want to die.
Well,
They were just rumors back then, Shira. And at that time, there were things happening here in the clan. We thought those were more important.
what was happening in the clan? A disease?
Well,
Attack?
yeah, kind of a little bit of that. There were those big wolves that were attacking, and then some of our clan was going missing. Turns out they were gathering in a cave and worshipping Gormadrog. And then Asa, right, her memories were missing, and we had to go find those. And then there was the Benisons and the Grindelsons. They were fighting, and the clan was gonna break apart. And oh wow, we've had a busy year.
Well, now we have a chance to find out what is going on.
Yes, it would be interesting to see it up close.
Do any of you speak the dragon's tongue?
Not me.
No.
I think this one spoke Valican earlier, so perhaps that won't be an issue. Each year I will begin scaling down the mountain.
Or up the mountain, yep. Going up. All right, so on your way, go ahead and give me athletics checks for getting up the mountain.
Oh, yuck.
I got a 2.
I got a 5.
Oh boy. I was gonna ask to wild shape to get a climbing speed and if that would help me, but if you guys are left in the dust,
Oh, wait, I have a climbing speed.
does that help?
I'd give you advantage.
Okay, I'll roll one more time. I roll a 2 that time.
Oh,
I think I'll keep the 5.
Okay, so we have 5. Hiss got what?
2.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't roll it yet. I'm rolling. Okay, I got a 18.
18. All right. In that case, especially getting up the mountain, Shira and Hiss, you can mark an exhaustion.
Right.
All right. So with that, climbing up the snowy rise here, you can hear roars and an occasional dancing color. You see gemstones have grown here, brimmings of some small light to keep the path open at dark, though you are here during the day. And then you come to a pass, a strange thin path, almost into the mountains. And you're overcome by a kind of warmth. You see large stones placed around this valley. Small. This seems to allow greenery to be even in this winter. And as you do, you catch eyes on a simple wooden pagoda, elegantly constructed. There's 2 rows of wooden benches, little more than felled trees that face the pagoda. Tall, vertical wooden walls, capped with sharpened tops, flank the area to the north, to the east. From here, you also see an enormous statue. But in the pagoda themselves, you see 6 individuals. Lightning seems to flow around their being. And you see these small red dragon-like creatures that are moving about. They have pieces of meat that they're hitting, and they're seeming to play like exercise games with them. And you see there's 5 attending, and then as they sit and work with them, there's one that stands above the others in the pagoda. You can hear talking, seeing poetic beats of, oh, there's power in the air, power in the storm. And it is meant to rule over all. Those who dwell below are nothing compared to those of us who heed the cry. And as you walk, you see her eyes catch you all. Well, yeah, sorry. At this point, they want it. So, well, how do you want to enter? I'm sorry.
Clarifying question. Oops, sorry.
I was just going to ask you a question too.
Yeah, questions.
Mine is if they are wearing like prismatic colored robes or anything like our cult.
So you do see each of them bears a brooch of that looks like polished stone that does have like many colors represented.
Okay.
Jack, you had a question?
This is all out in the open, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to stealth this.
I mean, you can, because they're engrossed in what they are doing.
Okay. I mean, I might just get a little closer, but if they spot us, I'm definitely making myself known.
You can all do stealth with advantage if you want.
All right. Well, that 20 minus 2. 27.
14.
Would it be from when we climbed the mountain? How many? Would it be more than 4 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I am myself, and I will. What? I got a 10.
Okay. As a group, you succeed.
Thank God.
And I do have a map up just for the heck of it.
I forgot it was with advantage, so I rolled again, but it was an 11.
Okay. There were 2 successes. So DC was 14 actually. So good for you. Or grab where you were supposed to go. There we go. This would be where you're entering from. All right. So you are unnoticed as you walk into this paradise here.
Sorry.
What would y'all like to do?
I suppose we should talk to them.
Talkers think best. Up to you.
Shira takes a step up. Shira was scaling the mountain and sees such a display. Hello.
The one talking looks to you, snaps her fingers, as these wormlings immediately fly off to the west, over a sharpened wall and somewhere else. She stands. Pilgrims, maybe. Have you heard of this place?
Yes, I have heard of this place.
What makes you think you're worthy of it?
The trek to get here was difficult, but it was overcome. A true test of strength.
Looks there's possibly a test for them to be worthy of our children's next meal. They all smile and lightning begins to crack around their fingers.
I fear this would be a mistake.
Tell us why.
You are in a land we would like to offer you a chance to say your piece of what has made this your home.
What is she trying to communicate?
Just trying to figure out, like, if they have a claim to the land here, because she knows Ragval is very young.
Oh, gotcha. We do indeed. The Great Herald has shown us this place. It said that the children of the great Gramadrag once dwelt here. It is here that we raise those who would rule the skies, keep the land.
I worry that perhaps these words were misinterpreted. There is a great battle coming. A battle unlike any that has seen this land before. If this is truly your home, we would be honored to share it with you. Away from your areas, remaining where we are, perhaps we could persuade you to consider joining us in this fight for our home.
In fact, we are friends. We have amongst us many who follow the Herald. We too are knowers of the storm, and Asphalt is going to take Cliffhanger and bang it on the ground. And actually, since our last level up, she has added a rune to her weapon that deals thunder damage. So there's a big, like, thunderous boom.
Oh, nice. Very nice, Asphalt. And go ahead and give me let's say persuasion with your wisdom at advantage.
This is for Shira, right?
No, it's for you.
For you.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a natural 20
Very nice.
for 24.
24. I see she kind of pushes off the pagoda. As she does, what seems to be a sphere of lightning surrounds her. She uses it to float towards you. Interesting. You do seem to be followers. Therefore, you must know that the ground cannot be spared in the great coming. But you still are permitted to rest here. Take care not to upset anything. We will not take it lightly. Looks to the others and they kind of nod a bit. Some go, why don't we just kill them now? Because they come with thunder. They come with the sky. Should they reveal to be of the ground, we will take certain measures. We know what those are. They all nod.
Asphalt is nervously smiling and looking at Shira and Hist.
Great. We're so glad to be here amongst family.
Indeed. What would you like to do?
Was it you all who came to the villages below a few weeks ago? See. It has. Our Ithajar have needed food. And we have gathered it as needs be. And the great Ithjar, the Stormborn, has laid a new set of eggs. That's good.
Indeed. And when
I
they
hear-
are grown, we will see none be able to live in the land around here. The hunger will be so great, and the sky will be satisfied.
Well, I have it on good authority. Many sources of food are about to arrive here.
How so?
They will be coming because they are heretics who do not care for your ways, intent to kill the Stormborn. However, they are flesh, and we dine on flesh. Just a friendly offering of information.
They kind of nod in agreement. Of course.
Asphalt wants to take a closer look at this statue.
Yeah, I was gonna say same, just so I could see around the fence. Yeah.
Absolutely. So coming to this stands at the convergence with the two wooden walls. The ground is replaced by plate-sized natural stone, polished and placed to appear as pavers in a plaza. At the center is the statue is moving, an airy elemental that is anchored to the ground, but which wafts and flutters in the wind. And over the walls you see to the north, ruined walls, all that remains of a once impressive structure. You see the signs of Gormadrog worship. To the east, cliffs rise 50 feet or more above your head. The cliffs disappear beyond your view to the north and south.
I still look over him. Why is this one anchored down?
It says, it is trapped to provide us its blessing.
Does it look like it's what it wants to be here? Like, can I like tell? Like, cause I usually tell if it's like throwing itself.
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
Cool.
Ooh.
27.
Okay.
Don't forget to -2.
Oh yeah, 25. Thank you.
Gazing over it, you look and you can see the subtle workings of magic upon the stone. As you realize the whole moving statue is in fact not an elemental, but an illusion.
Ooh. Shira will find a place to lie down.
All right, just got squats. What do y'all want to do?
Does his share?
Yeah, I
That'll
have to
do.
tell you that it's an illusion.
Can Asphalt do some kind of as the storm people here were answering his questions? Could
Mhm.
she compare their reaction to, like, do they know that this is an illusion? Are they lying to us, or have they been lied to?
Oh, give me an insight check.
Ugh. 14.
Looking at it, you think some firmly believe that it is, like the way that they talked about it. The looks of others have either knew ahead of time or figured out that it isn't an illusion. They just let the others worship it.
Gotcha.
And as they look, and as you kind of also look in the whole area, get a sly smile on their face a bit. She goes, this woman, who now introduces herself as Ariel, says, "No, we lost a key of interest in the ruins that you were inspecting. If you were able to retrieve it, we would be most grateful." would show that you come here in the proper way.
And what is this key exactly? And where?
Kind of looks. Give me a persuasion check.
15.
Gotcha.
13.
13. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, gotta keep remembering that.
Good. And as you gaze and look, then, as you say these words, it's just more of a relic that we would like to have back. And as newcomers, thought you might be willing to maybe give thanks by getting it for us, since you have this place to catch your breath, the long trek up these mountains.
Well, Asphalt?
I think it is only right we say thank you in this way. What do you think, Shira?
Shira's still lying down. She is out.
You haven't had 8 hours. You can't take
No.
rest.
I mean, she's not completely rested, but she's asleep, trying to get 8 hours.
Oh, well, you can see that we are in much need of a rest. We will get your key. If you don't mind, we do that after.
Look. Yeah. So, Jack, to be clear, she can't start her 8 hours of rest yet
Oh.
because you haven't been awake that long.
Oh, I thought, okay. Maybe I misunderstood.
It's okay.
That sounds like it's sleep there. So I'm just lying there, awake.
Yeah, which is fine. And then kind of go, you do not seem harmed.
So true. You're right. We just gotta buck up.
Does Shira or Hist have the catnap feature from character creation?
I think
Or power nap, whatever it's called? Power nap?
Don't believe so.
Okay.
she has. Yes.
So she has power nap.
Yeah.
Is that like an hour you get, or
Well, if you spend the sleep for an hour, you can reduce your exhaustion by 1
okay?
and
So if-
regain your hit die and all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
like a short rest almost.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you could definitely get away with a short rest here. So like an hour, that's definitely doable. So that would just leave Hist with the exhaustion. If you would like to do that.
Asphalt's happy to do that.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, with that, then you, and assuming that your other compatriots, go ahead and rest. You take it like again, just a breather, about an hour short rest, to allow you, as they eagerly look for you to maybe prove yourselves, so they give you much more. And with that, though, we will end for tonight. Come back to this.